Welcome back to RotoCityTech. I am Hank, and today we are out on the road. We gotta go just a little bit, not too far. But I'm gonna help a friend of mine take out his old refrigerator out of his fifth wheel and put in a new 12-volt refrigerator from none other than RecPro. So a huge shout out to RecPro for continuing to support the channel. Anytime I need something for the camper, they're the first place I go in and look. They pretty much carry everything you would need. So big thank you to RecPro and Emily there that I contact. They're always there to help us, and we couldn't do most of the things on our channel without them. So that is awesome. Now this is not necessarily a how-to video. This is gonna be myself, my brother, and his brother-in-law. We're fairly knowledgeable on mechanics and working on stuff ourselves. You've seen my brother in the video where we did the awning, and y'all have probably seen him in a few other videos like the Miata, maybe some, well, would have been both videos, but since I lost my camera and got all that footage, I lost. We didn't really see that. But anyways, we're gonna just attack this and see if we can't get this done real quick today. So y'all stay tuned. All right, so here is the stock fridge in this camper. And then here is our new one from RecPro. It is the Everchill. So the only thing, quickly looking at it, is they pointed out that we're gonna have to trim a little bit up here and maybe down here below. And it's a little bit narrower, but we can finish it out with some trim or something. But the most important thing is we've got to figure out how to get this one out. We have killed the circuit to this fridge, and our battery's disconnected. Some of these lights are on just because we didn't kill those circuits, but we might do that as a precaution if we get too deep into this. So I think all we got to do is get that screw out here, and then one on this side, and we can remove this trim piece, and then we'll have to figure out the bottom as well. But we'll just continue videoing as we go through this process and give you an idea of how it's done.
The silicone is holding it?
Mm-hmm.
I'll just go over there and hold that door so it doesn't just fall.
Here is the back of the refrigerator, and I'm just pointing out these two wires that I'm touching here. Those are the two wires coming from the 12-volt system that we need to unplug from the refrigerator. And then there is your AC plug that we also will unplug. And moving over is your gas line fitting that I will point out. That will need to be removed and plugged.
Of that.
So move the light a little bit to the, there you go.
Like that?
Yeah.
And then that down here at the very bottom, those screws, that's going to take the bottom trim piece out.
Got it.
And then, okay.
I think those wires are going to work out there.
Nice.
I wonder what
Like anything else.
That way I can SBD in here and nobody. Well, you know all the dirt that used to be in there? There you go.
We're almost there.
There it is.
Just hold those steady.
You have to make it harder for people to take.
Okay.
Those are like nothing screws.
There it is. Here, I can carry it. You got it?
So here is our empty spot now that our fridge can slide into. You can see most of that wiring that was out there stayed with the fridge. So all we have is our 12 volt ground and power right there. And then we have this outlet, which we can get rid of that or just leave it there. And then there's our gas line that we can just cap off. We're gonna clean this up a little bit and then prep it to fit the new fridge. All right, so what we're gonna do is pull these screws out here and get this base removed so that hopefully we can slide the fridge in. Are we still gonna have to mess with the top, you think?
Yes. I mean, maybe not if he wants it sitting straight on there.
Right. So let's do that real quick. We'll go from there. Also, upon reading the directions, I think this existing 12 volt wiring back here is 14 gauge, and I think that that's not going to be enough. So we're going to have to run some new 12 volt wires, but we're going to go just directly to the battery with an inline fuse. Hopefully, that's the safest way to do that. Thought we were gonna have to cut this stuff or something.
I have my extension.
This is longer.
So what we're gonna have to do here is this. We got the bottom piece completely out, and this top piece. He is gonna want his fridge all the way to this right side, so it is a little bit taller. So what we're gonna have to do is take off this trim piece, and then we're gonna notch it out about there and then down, so that that fridge will fit in, and we'll still have some of this trim here. So we just took our measurements of this fridge. I mean, every camper's gonna be a little bit different. So my brother's gonna be working on this, taking this top piece out and cutting a little square out of there, and then myself and Jason are going to run outside and start working on the wiring. So we're going to be running 10 gauge wire out the bottom along the frame rail all the way to the battery. So we had some extra wire here that he brought from his work, just some scrap stuff, but it was surrounded by this thick coating here. So I've just been working on getting it stripped back a little bit, and that was quite a bit of work. But here we go. Here's our 10 gauge wire. Like I said, this fridge requires at least 12, it says. And the existing 12 volt wiring was only 14. So if I get the end here, try to get you to see. This is some pretty thick wire. And what we're gonna do is just stick this in from the outside. We're gonna go up where we can plug into the camper or plug into the fridge. And then we're gonna run the rest of this wire on the outside of his camper, and this we're gonna go along the frame, and this is well protected. This is designed to be abused in the field of work that it was in, so no hesitation there. I'm gonna kind of work on doing that. Cool. Alright, so I did this off camera just because it's raining out here and I didn't want the camera just sitting out. But here are our 10 gauge wires coming out of the hole right here where their fridge goes. What we're going to do is just tie strap these with it, with this spring here, the rest of these wires. And then it goes here. And then it just follows along the frame rail, so it goes back behind that leg. And then there's a couple little brackets I should be able to show you that we go behind. So like right here, there's this little bracket here. And I was able to just fish it behind there, which was perfect. So that's going to be able to keep it nice and secure. This one I could not get it to fit behind. It's a little tighter, but that's all right. We can just put some cable keepers or something right here. And we go behind that bracket, and then we go above that bracket, and then we'll have to just put some cable ties and stuff to keep it along the frame there. Once we get right here is where I popped out. Right here is our cable. So we're gonna drill a hole in this box because that's what comes in right here. And so we could use this hole, but I think it'd be cleaner if we just drilled it way up high, and then those wires would come out and they'll go boom to our hot, boom to our ground. So then the only other thing we need to do is do a ground cable, a chassis ground coming out of here and ground it to the frame. So I might go ahead and fish that through.
Are we ready?
Up from here.
Yep, you ready?
Yep.
There it goes. That's what we needed. Now, there we go. Dude, we're in. The button, and then I can step right across. What do you think, Jason?
I like it.
Yep. And I'm glad I put that trim piece on because literally,
Tracy says, wow, nice job.
well, the connection point couldn't be in a more perfect
I
location.
know, that's what Jason was saying.
That's like crazy.
Connect it. Then all we gotta do is put on that one for the chassis ground and self tap it into the frame somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, and it's got a line
Yeah.
too.
Alright, so we're hooked up. There we go. We've got our settings here for our fridge and freezer. We've got a light in here that's obviously lit up. Light comes on there. Very nice. So just to summarize, to recap real quick, we ran new wire, 10 gauge. It only required 12 gauge, was what they recommended. But we had some scrap 10 gauge, so we ran new 10 gauge from the refrigerator outside along the frame rail all the way to the battery compartment where we hooked up to his hot and ground or hot and negative bus bars. And we did an inline 20 amp fuse, which is what the instructions recommended as well. And so if you really needed to do anything, you can pull that fuse from inside the battery box. I'll go out there and show you all that. But here it is. The only thing he really needs to do is figure out a good way to mount this in here. I think it's not going to be on this video, but I think we're going to just do some metal brackets here painted, and we can just screw them into the fridge and screw them into the wood to keep that secure. Over here, he plans on just putting a piece of wood there to block that off. And then he's going to put some wood back there or some foam board back there by the vent to keep that sealed up. But other than that, it's pretty much finished in here. So let's jump outside and look out there. Alright, so outside in his battery box. So this is the cable that we used real quick. You can see the two wires in there. But out here in his battery box, we've got that wire right here. And like I said, here's the fuse. 20 amp fuse right here. So if it ever surges or something, that'll blow, protect the fridge. And we've got the ground coming down here to his grounding screw. And then this comes out here, goes out that hole we drilled, comes out the box right here. and then it just goes along the frame rail. You can see it right here. And it goes all the way down. Each camper is going to be different, obviously. You just got to kind of have to think about things. And then here we stripped it so it's more flexible, and it goes along with all these other wires that were already there from factory, so that the slide can come in and out with the spring, and all the wires will follow that. We got our chassis ground, remember, over here. And then they go up into the camper to the back of your fridge. And then here's all these wires, and they just mount right here to your positive, negative, and ground. So just remember, every camper is going to be a little different. We were hoping to use existing wiring, but it was just too small. I think it was 14 gauge wire. And we didn't want to chance that. It was rated for 15 amps, which is what the refrigerator says it pulls. But you just don't want to get into a situation where your wire's too small and it starts to get too hot. And you can start fires, and that's just not a good thing. So we went overboard, did 10 gauge. It's going to totally be able to handle any of the power that it ever sees. And we ran it. We just bypassed the fuse block. So no big deal. This was just the easiest way to get it done, most efficient way. But that's the installation of that Everchill refrigerator. I think it's the 16 cubic feet from RecPro. Be sure to look in the description below. There is a link that is my affiliate link where I get some commission off that, and RecPro also sees that if you use that link, like my videos are helping people and they are finding RecPro because of me. In return, helps me, helps RotoCityTech continue to keep these sponsors and to get more sponsors as we grow. So please use that link below. So use my promo code at checkout. After you use my link to get there, you can also use my promo code RotoCityTech and get 5% off your purchase. So thank y'all so much for the continued support, and we appreciate everything that y'all do with just watching these videos. It's pretty simple. And let me know if you got any questions or if you need help installing something like this. Y'all take it easy.